Hi and welcome to This Week in Gaming with me, GD, for the week ending 15th of February. Now it's time for the news. First in this week's news, Gearbox President Randy Pitchford told Polygon that Borderlands 3 isn't in development at this time. Pitchford said that the studio has more to do in the franchise, but no, there isn't a Borderlands 3 in development. We know the franchise is still expanding, with Borderlands 2 due out on the Vita this spring, and Tales from the Borderlands in development at Telltale Games. Not to mention the final DLC for Borderlands 2, but Pitchford did discuss the scope of the next numbered installment in the series. When you think of what Borderlands 3 should be, it should be massive, Pitchford said. It should be bigger and better than Borderlands 2. It should carry forward the story. We don't know what Borderlands 3 is yet, we can imagine what it must achieve, but we don't know what it is yet. In the meantime, Gearbox has a full slate of games in development, with Pitchford naming Furious 4, New Brothers in Arms, and Homeworld titles, and 2 unannounced games based on new IP. I'm building 2 original IPs for next gen, said Pitchford. I can't personally invest myself wholly in all of these things, so I invest myself in 1 or 2 things and empower talent and creativity around me and beside me and in this vicinity. I do whatever I can to fuel that and let awesome people do awesome things. I love that feeling. Borderlands 2 was the highest selling game in the history of 2K Games. As such, it's more than likely Borderlands 3 will see the light of day sooner than later. Next in the news, last month before Sony confirmed the Instant Game Collection content for February, GamesPoint Now leaked the content. We thought it was too good to be true, but it turned out they were right, which gives them some credence to their latest claims. Those are that yet another house marquee title in the form of Dead Nation will be arriving on PS4 next month, straight onto PlayStation Plus as with their last title, Resogun. The game hasn't been confirmed to the PS4 release yet, but the developers did hint at it several months back in a promotional video for Resogun. And on the back of the PS4 version, it seems as though Tomb Raider might arrive on the PS3 front, alongside Brothers A Tale of Two Sons, which went very cheap in the recent January sale anyway. Those both seem as though they could be likely candidates. On Vita, we could see 2 smaller downloadable titles in the form of Smart As and Pixel Junk Monsters Ultimate HD, a remake of the PSP game. Now, at this moment, these are just rumours. Sony are yet to confirm what will be heading to the PlayStation Plus for March, but with GamesPoint Now being right on everything for February, expect them to be right again. Also in the news this week, Nintendo may be sailing some very choppy waters at the moment, but that isn't stopping the gaming company from working on some promising titles for its home and mobile platforms. In the latest Nintendo Direct, Nintendo CEO Satoru Iwata shared a good deal of information of upcoming titles, including the anticipated Mario Kart 8 release date. The daddy of all kart racers is due to arrive on May the 30th. And as well as the new gravity-defying tracks, he'll also include some new races in the form of the Bowser Kooplings. You can see the full Nintendo Direct presentation in the link below, and some of the highlights being in the conclusion of Punch-Out's Little Mac in the latest Smash Bros, the announcement that Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is coming to the 3DS in the US later this year, and some battle footage of new Monolith Soft title, which is looking very impressive. The presentation ends with a new trailer from Bayonetta 2, so have a look at the link below for the full rundown of all the games coming from Nintendo. Finally, in this week's news, disappointing news for fans who have experienced problems and issues with Batman Arkham Origins. Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment has put the word out that they are having no more plans to release patches addressing any bug fixes for the game. The developers will instead focus on the upcoming new DLC story, which teased fans at the beginning of the year. The new tale may pit the young, inexperienced Caped Crusader against the villainous Mr. Freeze for the first time. In a statement released by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment in the official website, The company said the team is currently working hard on the upcoming story DLC and there is currently no plans for releasing another patch to address the issues that have been reported on the forums. If we do move forward with creating a new patch, it will try to address the progression blocking bugs for players, not the minor glitches that do not prevent one from continuing to play. The issues that are not progression blockers will unfortunately no longer be addressed. We apologise for any inconvenience this has caused for some of you and want to thank you for having been patient. Several members of the fan community have already expressed frustration and dismay, going as far as to vow not to buy and boycott the purchase of the upcoming DLC story content. Batman Arkham Origin was developed by Ukie Games Montreal and is the first game in the series not to be developed by Rocksteady Studios. It is a prequel set before the events of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Bugs in Arkham Origins for its multi-platform releases on the PS3 and Xbox 360 are numerous. They range from certain areas being stuck-up points, such as Windows version seeing one of the Enigma towers being inaccessible, to the game hanging and asking users to restart the system. While far from being completely unplayable, these issues have been constantly present, giving fans and players a lot of headaches in the process. Users who purchased the Nintendo Wii U version in particular got some disappointing news as well. The upcoming DLC story content and any future expansion packs for the game have been cancelled for release in the platform by the studio. Now it's time for the UK Top 5.
Suppose a group hug's out of the question.
A spazio verticale, Balotelli, che gol, splendida rete.
The brightest lights.
I got it. And that's it for the UK Top 5 this week. To check the full Top 20, just click on the links in the details below. Now it's time for the new releases for Friday the 21st of March, starting with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Wii U. Next we have Earth Defense Force 2025 on the 360 and the PS3. Also we have Wise Memories of Celceta on the PS Vita. Next we have Rambo the video game on the 360, PS3 and PC. And finally we have Rayman Legends on the Xbox One and PS4. Also a correction from last week, Far Cry The Wild Expedition comes out this week for the 360, PS3 and PC. So that's it for another week in gaming for the week ending the 15th of February 2014. Follow us on Twitter or Facebook in the links below. Also, if you like the show, click on the subscribe button and the like button below. And remember to tune in next week for more of the hottest news, UK Top 5 and new releases, right here on This Week in Gaming.